what's your understanding of what a prop gun is?
It's a prop gun is something that looks like a real gun. It doesn't fire a projectile. It makes the same noise. It looks like it. It's just, like I said, it doesn't actually shoot anything out of it.
That's ASAP Lou explaining to the jury about this gun that ASAP Rocky had. Now, ASAP Rocky's on trial for shooting his former friend. It grazed his hand. He didn't get shot in the chest, but it grazed his hand. And part of the defense in this case is that, yeah, he had a gun, but it was a prop gun. So we need some expertise here. Joining us, firearms expert, studio armor with more than 30 years of experience, the author of the guidebook, Prop Gun Set Safety for Film and TV. Knows more about prop guns than anyone else in the business. Dutch Merrick is with us. Dutch, great to see you.
Good to see you too, Vinny. Thanks for having me on.
I want you to take a listen to more of ASAP Lou's testimony about this so-called prop gun, and I just want to know from your perspective if what he is saying makes any sense to you. Let's watch.
Okay.
Were you personally involved in Rocky's decision to carry the prop gun?
Security and I thought it would be a good idea.
Why?
Well, because of the prior violence. It's just a non-lethal form of self-defense.
Okay. Now, you said you worked with Rocky on music videos. Did any of them involve prop guns?
Yes.
Which was the most recent one?
DNB.
Do you know where Rocky got the prop gun and the carry from?
Yes, he got it from that video shoot.
And how do you know that?
I was on set and I handled it there.
Have you seen him take it?
I did see him take it, yes.
Did Rocky hide from his friends the fact that he carried that prop gun?
Not to his close friends, no.
And how do you know that?
It was known by everyone. I mean, it was just something that everyone knew.
Did you ever do anything to that prop gun to modify it?
Yes. I added this thing on the side of it called the clip draw, and what that is essentially it lays flush to the slide, and it allows you to put it in your waistband more securely, so if you have to carry it out. And then I also added a clear extended magazine on it.
And why did you put the clear extended magazine on it?
Well, the Glock 26 is a small, like, subcompact gun. The whole point of him carrying this was to make it look intimidating, to kind of scare people off that were going to try to harm him. So having the clear magazine and extended magazine made it look a little bit more intimidating. He carried it to deter violence, and then on November 6th, after the incident, it obviously didn't work, and he decided to just get actual armed security. He didn't want to carry it anymore.
Do you know what happened to that prop gun?
Yes, I brought it back to New York.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so after he gave it back to me, January, I believe, of next year, 2022, I flew back to New York with it, and I gave it to the co-director that we got it from.
Okay, Dutch, does that story make sense to you?
There's just a lot to unpack there. I know music videos, when they film them, are a bit of Wild West compared to normal productions. But an actor in a show taking a prop gun home, that's not a thing. So maybe these are just friends and someone provided it. But and this security guard had gotten an extended clear clip for the gun. In film and TV, we take regular, real guns and we modify them for blanks. You have to do some blank adapting, and then there's several different loads you can have, quarter, full, or half, for example. There are theatrical guns that are more for like theater, and I would love to see what this gun is.
Okay, I can do that right now. I'm going to show you the music video. We've got some images of the gun from the music video, and then I'm going to show you the gun from the surveillance video. So this is the music video, and I can't tell what I'm looking at. Can you?
Yeah, it seems pretty likely a Glock. Maybe a Glock 17 or 19, which are pretty much the most common. And I happened to grab one out of my prop kit today to have for this interview, so I can show you.
Okay.
But it's pretty likely a Glock.
And here's the same gun from another angle.
Yeah, I'm gonna still say it's probably a Glock from that angle.
Okay, so now show me the Glock that you have.
So I brought one. This Glock has been cleared. You'll see through, there's no magazine in it. clear the action, there's nothing there. But if you look at the bottom of the gun, as it was on the table in that music video, you can see this serial number right on the bottom. It's pretty distinctive of a Glock. And when they showed the muzzle of it, it had this sort of U-shaped lower frame. And I would say that's pretty darn close. It's probably a Glock.
Okay.
So if it was some replica or blank, if it was something just made purely for blanks, it wouldn't take other ordinary magazines usually, unless it was an over-the-counter gun modified for blanks. But I don't know where they would get that, because anybody working with studio guns is managing them. They're not just handing them out to music videos for anybody to run. There's going to be some property person or armorer there to run it. So it's just a weird thing. Whatever he's saying, the security guard got the gun from him, or A$AP Rocky took it from the set, and I'm just, this is the first time I'm seeing any of that, and it's just really weird.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I want to show you this, though. I want to show you now the image from the surveillance video from the shooting. Can you tell if that's a Glock? Would that be similar? Is it possible that could be the same gun that we saw in the music video?
I can barely make out a gun out of that thing. Yeah, it doesn't look, I can barely make out that would be a gun, because you would see the trigger guard. Here's a rubber one that I have. It's the same kind of Glock, but you would see this trigger guard on the front of the gun, which I think, looking at that, so I try to put it in the same direction of that picture. Yeah, there's a lot missing to that. So, yeah, I can't tell from that photo, even if it is a real gun at all, if it is a gun.
Okay, so, let's do this now, because there was a shooting, okay?
Sure.
And it's on video, it's far away. Here we line up all the people who were there at the time of the shooting. The video's behind it. I'm gonna roll the video, and you're gonna hear the gunshot. So as we hear the gunshot, I want you to kind of pay attention to where everyone is relative to one another. A$AP Rocky, bottom right, that is the shooter. So how close is he to the other folks? Let's watch. So we have some idea of the proximity that the group was to each other at the time of this shooting. Now I want to show you the hand of the victim. And from your perspective, he says he was shot with a bullet. The defense is saying, no, this was a prop gun. Could a prop gun do that?
No, I mean, I'm not a forensic medical examiner, but just looking at that, it looks like a hand scrape of knuckles on the ground. I mean, it just looks like they ran his knuckles across cement or asphalt, and it tore him up. I can't see, you know,
let me ask you this.
Gun.
The question is, if it's a prop gun, right, it's just making noise, is anything going to come out of it that could potentially cause an injury to someone's hand like that?
You'd have to be very close to a blank firing, and even then it's hot gases. So it would be a burn, not a scrape. It would look different. So, and basically out of the muzzle of the gun, the energy dissipates exponentially as you get farther and farther away from the muzzle of the gun. So in the case of John Eric Hexum, where he put it right against his skull, all the energy of a live round was right at the muzzle. Had his gun been back an inch or a foot or anything like that, the energy would have had a place to go, to be expended. So it falls off very quickly. These guys look like they're between 6 and 12 feet apart.
Yeah.
And even if it was what we use in TV and film, a full flash blank, for example, that's not going to cause, it's going to be hot and energetic, but it's not going to cause burns at that distance. And these knuckles that I see on the screen, it just looks like scraped knuckles.
Yeah.
You can see there's 3 in a row, and that would happen if you hit the deck and you went to, you know, catch yourself, you'd probably scrape all 3 of those knuckles. So to say that that was damage from a blank, to me, seems really far out there, honestly.
Dutch Merrick, the best in the business, thank you so much. I know you're busy, you're working tonight, so we appreciate it. Let's bring back in our think tank, Rick King, Stacey Honowitz, Bob Bianchi. We have about a minute to go through this, 20 seconds each. Give me your analysis of this. It was a prop gun defense. Rick King.
I don't even think, I think it was a prop gun. Don't think it was a gun. Those look like hand scrapes to me. And the fact that he came back with the casings after the police searched for them, it doesn't make it for me. That doesn't pass the stink test.
So you think it was a prop gun?
Yes.
Okay. Bob Bianchi, prop gun defense going to work here.
Yeah, well, I find it hard to believe a guy's got a handgun carry permit's going to be carrying around a prop gun, so he pulls it out and somebody could shoot him. But nevertheless, let's try to get along here, Vinny. Let us all try to get along. Maybe what happened here is it is a prop gun. He fired it. This guy fell down, scraped his knuckles, and not knowing, believed he was shot. But in fact, he wasn't, because it was only a prop gun.
Right.
Could be an argument.
Stacey Honowitz, you have 5 seconds.
I have to agree with Bob, believe it or not. I think that's the scenario that happened.
We did it. Rick King, Stacey Honowitz, Bob Bianchi.